It was 1799, a time of exploration and conquest. The French army, led by none other than Napoleon Bonaparte, marched into Egypt, seeking glory and knowledge. Amidst this expedition, a remarkable discovery was about to unfold, a discovery that would change the course of history and unlock the secrets of an ancient civilization. In the Egyptian town of Rosetta, near the Nile Delta, French soldiers were busy fortifying a crumbling fort. As they dug into the ground, they uncovered a curious object, a large slab of stone, black basalt, inscribed with three distinct scripts: Greek, Demotic, and Egyptian hieroglyphs. It would come to be known as the Rosetta Stone.
At first, we thought it was just another piece of rubble, but its markings, there was something intriguing about them. Could they mean something?
The artifact, roughly 4 feet tall and weighing over 1,600 pounds, was carefully unearthed. Scholars quickly recognized its potential, realizing that the inscriptions, written in Greek, Demotic, and Egyptian hieroglyphs, contained a single message repeated 3 times. It was the key they'd been searching for, a possible bridge to decipher the ancient hieroglyphic script. Before I go any further, I would like to mention that by the 1700s the meaning of hieroglyphs, the ancient Egyptian writing system, was lost, and they were seen as mere decorations or symbols rather than a language. At the turn of the 19th century, the Rosetta Stone was sent to Cairo for study, where French scholars began analyzing it meticulously. They made careful copies of the inscriptions and began comparing the texts. Using their knowledge of Greek and some basic understanding of Demotic, they started to hypothesize about the meaning encoded within the hieroglyphs. But the French scholars' study didn't last long. The 1800s were the start of the Napoleonic Wars, in which France and Britain engaged in a series of conflicts, and by 1801, Napoleon's forces faced defeat in Egypt, and with their retreat came the loss of the stone to British hands. Despite the French scholars' initial work, the artifact's journey to England marked the beginning of its global fame. It was placed in the British Museum in 1802, where curious minds flocked to glimpse the mysterious artifact. For years, scholars across Europe labored tirelessly to decipher its secrets. Greek was the starting point, it was well understood and provided the foundation for translation. Slowly but surely, Demotic was unraveled next. But hieroglyphs? They remained stubbornly elusive. Hi, it's me again. We talked about ancient Greek writing, Egyptian hieroglyphs and Demotic writing a lot in this video, but do you actually know what Demotic is? Well, let me explain. Demotic is ancient Egyptian script used from around 650 BC to 425 AD. Enter Jean-François Champollion, a French linguist with an obsession for ancient Egypt. Born the 23rd of December 1790 in Figeac, France. Jean-François Champollion would dedicated years of his life to the Rosetta Stone. In 1820, Champollion began fully dedicating himself to deciphering the hieroglyphic script, soon surpassing the earlier progress made by British polymath Thomas Young before 1819. By 1822, Champollion achieved a major breakthrough with the Rosetta Stone, revealing that the Egyptian writing system combined phonetic and ideographic signs, an unprecedented discovery. 2 years later, in 1824, he published his Précis, a detailed account of his decipherment, elaborating on the values of these signs. Champollion journeyed to Egypt in 1829, where he deciphered numerous previously unread hieroglyphic texts and brought back an extensive collection of drawings of inscriptions. Upon his return, he was appointed professor of Egyptology, but his health, weakened by the hardships of his travels, soon forced him to cease teaching. He passed away in Paris in 1832 at the age of 41. His ancient Egyptian grammar was later published posthumously under his brother's supervision. Before Jean-François Champollion, scholars long debated the age of Egyptian civilization as well as the purpose and nature of the hieroglyphic script. Questions arose about which, if any, language it recorded and whether the signs were phonetic, representing speech sounds, or ideographic, directly conveying semantic concepts. Many believed the script was reserved solely for sacred and ritualistic purposes, making it indecipherable due to its supposed connection to esoteric and philosophical ideas, rather than historical record-keeping. Champollion's groundbreaking decipherment overturned these assumptions, proving that the script could indeed be understood and unlocking access to a wealth of information preserved by the ancient Egyptians.